Hi everybody, Tyler here. So I want to kind of get away from some of the music that I've been talking about recently, some of the metal and things like that. I know you guys are here not just for that. You guys are here to hear and listen to me talk about all kinds of music. So today I want to put the spotlight on one of my favorite artists, a guy named Miles Davis. Now Miles Davis was a trumpet player, and he was absolutely instrumental in the creation of jazz as we know it today. Now, Miles Davis was very active in the 60s and 70s, and even into the 80s, producing music. Sadly, he's passed away. But I remember the first time I heard any Miles Davis, I had been given a recommendation because I'd been starting to listen to a little bit more jazz. I'd been given a recommendation to listen to Kind of Blue by Miles Davis, and it's one of his most iconic albums. It had its 50th anniversary a couple years ago, and I went out, bought the album, and started listening to it, and it absolutely blew me away. And I think the thing about Miles Davis's music that really hit me so hard was a combination of a few different things. First, the absolutely incredible level of musicianship that is exhibited not only by Miles, but by everyone else he played with. If you look at the lineups of his quartets and quintets and all the different groups he was in, they're absolutely staggering. I mean, just the number of absolute icons of the jazz genre that played with him on a lot of his different records is truly mind blowing. I mean, he played with people like Thelonious Monk, John Coltrane, really, really influential people, and that is reflected in his music. That high, just incredibly high caliber of skill is absolutely an iconic part of Miles Davis's sound. He did not at all compromise on the quality, and I think that's one of the things that initially drew me in. Secondly, beyond just that technical skill, it's also a really soulful play style. And I think that's both reflected in his music and also in how he plays the trumpet. It really is almost a sonic version of emotion coming out of that trumpet. And I personally feel that music is a very, very emotional art form. But it really strikes me almost more than with any other artist with Miles Davis hearing him play. And I guess the third thing, most of all, is just how fluid and evolutionary his music is, especially when you start to look at it from his older stuff to his later music. It changes and evolves as he changes and evolves as a musician. And I think that's really cool, seeing someone you can just track the albums and see how he evolves. I mean, Kind of Blue is one of my favorite albums. You know, if it's a rainy day and it's cloudy outside, you put that on and it's a perfect mood for that. But even more than that, some of his other albums just absolutely incredible. An album like Bitches Brew, which came out a few years after Kind of Blue, just absolutely revolutionary for the jazz genre. Just absolutely changed how people viewed the genre and also how people went about bringing together musicians and playing for jazz. And I think while those parts of his career, the evolutionary, the transformative aspects, are really important, to me, the things that I really resonate with most are his absolute incredible skills as a musician, his talent both on the trumpet and also as someone who could work with a group of people to create these beautiful sounds, I think is really almost unparalleled anywhere else. So if you guys are unfamiliar with jazz, really haven't listened to very much before, Miles Davis is an absolutely fantastic intro to the jazz scene. It was one of my earliest introductions to jazz, and I would highly recommend it if listening to his music if you're at all interested. I will admit some of the tracks are pretty long, but that's kind of comes with the territory when it goes to when it comes to jazz. So I hope you guys will take a listen. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I will most likely be talking more about Miles Davis on Tuesday. So you guys, I'll link below. So I'll give you guys some links to some of his music, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It really really helps me out. If you do that, it helps me make more of these videos and all that good stuff. But all that said, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.